What's up, guys? Welcome back to Goshen's Games. I am Goshen, and today we are doing a video game review on Persona 4. Persona 4 originally came out on the PS2 back in, I think it was 2009? 2008. 2008 this game came out. It was one of the last games to come out on the PS2, and this game was pretty much a surprise sleeper hit for the PS2. And for Persona in general, because before this we had Persona 1 and 2, both came out on the PS1, that had little to moderate success, to be honest. There was a small cult following with the Persona games back then, and then we got Persona 3, which Persona 3 was a fantastic game. I will do a review on that after. I wanted to do Persona 4 first because Persona 4, from the what I like to call the 3D games and on. So when I say 3D rendered characters and all that stuff. So Persona 4 is, to me, it's okay. I say this, and I don't mean anything detrimental to the game. It's not that it's my least favorite between Persona 3, 4, and 5. It's just that the other ones are better for me, in my opinion. I know a lot of people like Persona 4 more than Persona 3. It's personal preference. It's personal preference. Either way, it doesn't change the fact that it's a fantastic game. So it came out back in 2008. It was a sleeper hit for the PS2, and Persona 4 pretty much started the whole. It pretty much started the whole Persona craze. To be honest, because from there, in a similar sense to how Final Fantasy did an expanded Final Fantasy VII universe, they did that with Persona 4. They had Persona 4, then they did an anime for Persona 4, which is titled Persona 4 The Animation. They also did spin-off games, which was really surprising, okay? Not only were they spin-offs, but they also tied in and continued the storyline from Persona 3 as well. The spin-off games were, you had the two fighting games, Persona 4 Arena and then Persona 4 Arena Ultimax or Ultimate Climax or whatever it was called. Those two games continue the story from Persona 4 as well as Persona 3. The other thing is Persona 4 and Persona 3 are in the same shared universe. Persona 4 takes place, I believe it's about 3 years after Persona 3. So it doesn't necessarily continue the story. It's its own story, but it's in the same shared universe. So in Persona 4, you are playing as an unnamed main character. Same concept as in Persona 3, which is this guy right here with the silver hair. They did give him a name in the anime as well as in Persona 4 Arena. They named him Yu, YU. He's basically a transfer student. He's staying with some relatives while he's transferred over. And when he arrives, everything seems to be normal in the city or in the town. But then, all of a sudden, after a really heavy rainfall, and followed by a huge thick fog, someone winds up dead. They're tied up on a phone booth, or if not phone booth, phone pole or electrical pole, tangled in the wires, and they're dead. So then the rumor starts that if you look into the TV while it's raining around midnight, you will see the person who's going to die. So what ends up happening is you, the main character, which is kind of funny, you, because you're playing as the main character, you falls into the TV. During midnight, when you can see the person who's going to die, he just gets this urge to just reach towards the TV, and he falls inside the TV. Once he's in there, he then meets Teddy, who is this talking stuffed bear type of thing. So Teddy is stuck inside the TV realm, which, is filled with with all sorts of enemies that they're called shadows. The shadows are the enemies of the game. Once he's inside the TV, he gets out. He meets up with this guy right here. This guy I'm pointing to right here. I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. I'm trying to blank here. Hold on. I got my book here. He meets up with Yosuke. There we go. He meets up with Yosuke, and him and Yosuke decide that they're going to form up like a detective team kind of thing for, you know, to figure out the murders. So now we have Yu, Teddy, and Yosuke, that they become friends, and Yu and Yosuke both awaken to their personas once they're inside the TV realm. In order for them to awaken to their personas, they need to face their true selves. So whatever doubt that they have in their minds, whatever it is that is causing them to doubt anything, once they face their fears, once they face themselves and accept themselves, then they awaken to their personas. So as you play through the game, you meet the different characters. You meet Chie, the chick in the tracksuit right there. You meet Kanji, who is right above me. Kanji right there, who is kind of a delinquent. Everybody has their own thing, by the way. Everyone has their own thing. So you have Yukiko, who is over there next to... I can't point right. All the way to the far right. So, you know, then you have Naoto, who is right here, who's a junior detective, as well as Rize, who is a pop idol. So they all have their own reasons for awakening to their personas and joining the team. So as you go through it, you find out that the police is also on the case, and that's where you meet Naoto, and the main character's guardian, who is his uncle, is also is a detective on the police force. So, you know, as you play through the game, you have to build up relationships with people and build bonds in order to strengthen your personas and unlock further abilities in the game. You know, I'm not going to go too much into the story because I don't want to ruin anything in the story. It's a really good story, guys. Really good story. If you do decide to play it, I don't want to ruin it for you. You know, there's a lot of twists in the game. There's multiple endings. There's a true ending, a good ending, and a bad ending. I've had all three, so I can see them all. There's New Game Plus. There's a lot of things in this game that you can do that you aren't able to do the first time around. There's special bosses to fight. There's so many things to do. Eventually in Persona 4, you do go to the school from Persona 3 as a field trip. So that's how it ties into the universe from Persona 3. They do make some mentions from Persona 3 in the game, but the true tie-in is in the spin-off games, or the sequel games, as you can call them. This game was also remade because it was so well received, and when I say it was a sleeper hit, when it came out, I believe like Game Informer, Electronic Gaming Monthly, GameSpot, all of them gave this game like a 9 or 10 out of 10 rating, guys. This game was phenomenal for a PS2 game. Keep in mind, this is 2008. PS3 was already out at this point. So this game, if they would have developed it further, it could have been released on the PS3, but they chose to do it on the PS2, and especially towards the end of the life of the PS2, and it was such a good game. This game did so well in sales. It was received well, and that's what made them go further and make the Persona 4 fighting games. Then they made the spin-off games like Persona 4 Q Shadow Labyrinth on the 3DS. They made a Vita game called Persona Dancing All Night, and then they remade this game on the Vita as well, Persona 4 Golden. Which in Golden they added some more story elements, they added an extra character and some other stuff. So, you know, it's a really good game. If you guys are, you know, familiar with my channel, you know how much I love the Persona games, and Shin Megami Tensei games in general. The difficulty is up there, guys. You can change the difficulty in the game, but it is up there. That's a thing about Shin Megami Tensei games. The difficulty on these games tend to be a lot higher than other games, which is good because they have the. Now let's talk a little bit about the combat. The combat's a turn-based, but because the difficulty is so high, it makes you think of how to process in the combat. So you got to figure out. First of all, you trial and error. You got to figure out the weaknesses of enemies, and then on top of that, once you figure out the weaknesses of the enemies, you got to be aware of your own weaknesses because the main character's weakness will change depending on what persona he's using. So you can have a resistant to one enemy, but then you'll be weak to another enemy. So then you got to change your persona mid-battle in order to have that resistance and do the additional damage to the enemy and hit their weakness. So, like I said, it's a turn-based combat. It's pretty fluid for being a sort of oldish combat system, and it's actually this combat system is further improved upon in Persona 5, which then again this combat system in Persona 4 is an improvement on Persona 3 because Persona 3 is still combat-based. So you gather new personas by defeating shadows, and you negotiate with them to join your team. You fuse new personas in the Velvet Room, so you can become stronger and make new personas. I mean, everything you do in this game is to build towards the end game. So building your relationships with different people and different characters, all of that is to build towards that end game, which is. It's awesome. It's a really good game, guys. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and rate this game. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. There's not really much wrong with this game. It's a good difficulty. You can adjust it. The gameplay is fluid enough that it doesn't feel old, doesn't feel stale. The story, the characters are lovable. Everything about this game, they did it so well. So that's why I'm rating it 9 out of 10. Guys, go ahead and pick this game up. If you have a PS2, pick it up on the PS2. You can get it for like 20 bucks on eBay or something. Or if you have a Vita, pick it up on the Vita, Persona 4 Golden. But guys, seriously, you guys should play this game. It's a fantastic game. So anyways, that's going to be it today for the video game review on Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. Do me a favor, guys. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much.